everybody, how are you? Mikki here again from Wildcat Guitars, coming to you today with a very special Taylor launch. This is a brand new series that Taylor is coming out with currently, the 717 and 515E. You'll notice they are not cutaway. This is a great departure in my mind from a lot of the things that Taylor has done over the years. Taylor is known for a very specific sound in a lot of their guitars. They have always leaned a little towards the brighter side of things. This particular guitar really gets away from that. And I'll explain why. So the particular one that I have in front of me, this is the 717E. It is rosewood back and sides, mahogany neck, torrefied spruce top. It is their Grand Pacific body shape, but it's slightly different in that it's 3/8 of an inch deeper than it used to be. And it now adds, it simply adds more bottom end, more depth than a lot of their guitars have had in the past. So if you're if you're a Taylor player like I am, and you love the feel and the shape of their necks, which is what drew me to them in the first place, that doesn't change. 1 3/4 nut, 25.5 scale length. So everything very familiar, all the things that you're used to are in place. That string spacing happens to be perfect for me, and I think is for a lot of players. I've got shorter fingers, but stubbier fingertips, so that little bit of string spacing definitely helps on that 1 3/4 nut. Going back to the depth of the body, that bass response that's there is something that I feel like has really been needed in a line of Taylor guitars for probably quite a while. And maybe if you're not a Taylor player and your idea has been that they've always been a little on the brighter side, this is definitely going to change that for you. There's just a warmth and there's kind of a rumble, if you will, especially when you really kind of get on it. These guitars have a longer tenon in the neck, so the length of that tenon in the head block helps add to that bass response, but it also gives it more sustain. So, I've noticed as I've been playing around with it the last couple of days, even if I'm finger picking and I'm playing a little light or hit a harmonic or something, it really holds. And I can hear that sustain is there, and I believe that that's a big part of it. These guitars are utilizing their V-class bracing, but it's different now. It's called the fanned V-class bracing. And it simply means that the general idea of their V-bracing and the way that it sits, the way that it's applied is relatively the same, but there's a slight change in it. And I think that change, again, it's helping with the bass response a little bit, but I think it's also adding to the projection of the guitar. To me personally, and we're all different, we all hear things differently, but to my ear, I feel like there's a lot of projection in these that I haven't heard in, a lot of the standard and previous models. Let's see, the other thing about these that's really unique is that Taylor has developed a shimless neck, bolt-on neck design. And when I say shimless, what it means is that a lot of times when the neck goes into the guitar, there are certain shims that are used to set that neck angle. This is shimless, so there's nothing in there at all. And there is actually a micro adjustment with nothing more. I think it's a 1/4 inch nut driver. And with that 1/4 inch driver, you can change the angle of the neck on the fly. So if for some reason it's, you're somewhere where the weather has changed on you and your neck has settled a little bit, where a lot of times you would think, gosh, do I need to think about a neck reset or something like that? don't have to do this with these, that you're going to be allowed to actually change the whole angle of the neck itself. So really, really great feature. It's one of the many things that I love about Taylor is that they are always thinking about the forward advance of acoustic guitars. You know, it's always a thing in the electric world. A host of builders out there building really modern electric guitars that have lots of features, and you're always wondering what that next feature is. In acoustic guitars, I feel like that doesn't really happen. You know, a lot of companies, a lot of builders rest on very traditional designs and shapes and building processes. And while that's certainly has its place, you know, those are coming from guitars that are proven in terms of their sound or their playability and what those guitars have been used for musically over the decades, right? But I think it's very refreshing as a player to have a company that's always forward thinking, that's not resting on its laurels, that's not just saying, this is what we do, take it or leave it. No, Bob Taylor and Andy Powers and the crew, they are always thinking about what can we do different? What can we change? What can be better? What can move forward? And I love that about them. So quickly, let me cover. There are two models. There's the 717 E, which is rosewood back and sides, torrefied spruce top, mahogany neck. And then there's the 515 E, which is still torrefied top, mahogany neck, but what you get is torrefied spruce top, mahogany neck. You get mahogany back and sides. So you really have your choice of the tonal aspect of it, if you're a rosewood player or a mahogany player. And I love the fact that they have paired both of those with the same torrefied spruce. So nothing on the top is changing, nothing in the neck is changing. It's just those sides and backwoods that are going to give you what you're looking for. So before I get into the piece here, I did a video for Taylor a while back on a 50th anniversary 815 CE Builders Edition. And I'm going to play the same piece of music for any of you that have seen it. I'm going to play the same piece of music so that the music in and of itself doesn't change. What you can now do is you can watch that video and you can hear what that guitar sounds like versus what this new series sounds like. Try to keep the music in and of itself roughly the same. That way there's less to have to focus on, right? So I think I've covered everything that I need to. Forgive me if I've left something out, but I don't think so. I think we're good.